Here. Mr. Barrett? Here. Mr. Cronauer? Here. Mr. Thomas? Here. Mr. Merritt? Here. Mrs. Kane? Here. Also in attendance tonight is Control of Burden and Injury Housing, Assistant City Attorney Bill Vinsco, Administrator Marie McCormick, Coordinator of Administrative Services Drew McLaughlin, Assistant City Clerk Catherine Kane, Administrative Assistant Lisa Sanfilippo, and Junior Council Member Adam McGahey. Does anyone from the public wish to comment on legislation pending before council tonight? Okay. First item is the consent agenda resolutions.
Motion to move, Mr. Barrett. We have a second.
Right.
Mr. Merritt.
Mr. Barrett?
Yes.
Mr. Cronauer?
Yes.
Mr. Thomas?
Yes.
Mr. Merritt?
Yes.
And Mrs. Kane?
Yes.
Next is the consent agenda ordinances.
No, Mr. Thomas.
Second.
And who is the second? Mr. Cronauer.
Mr. Barrett?
Yes.
Mr. Cronauer?
Yes.
Mr. Thomas?
Yes.
Mr. Merritt?
Yes.
Mrs. Kane?
Yes. Presentations, Mr. Barrett.
Nothing more.
Mr. Cronauer.
I have nothing this evening. Thank you.
Mr. Thomas.
One item. We've been working for the last few years on a Babe Ruth plaque for over at Kirby Park. And it's nothing to do with council. It's council has a lot to do with it. We all chipped in and we all tried to help to move this thing along. And it's starting to come to fruition now. And with the help of Jim Ryan, who was on the ground and running with this thing the whole time, I just want to thank him for all the work he's done on it, because he doesn't get enough credit. Here's a guy that sits here with us and does everything we ask of him, and he went above and beyond the call for this project that we're doing. I appreciate it. Thanks, Jim.
That's it. Mike.
Just one question for Marie. Marie, do we have, what's the chances of us getting a criminal identification scanner like Kingston has, instead of taking our people over there? I mean, is it something we could look into? Is there grant money available?
We could look into it. I know that Jerry has his DEA money kind of tied up, so I'm not sure what he has in his account. I don't know how, do you have any idea how much something like
No,
that?
I was hoping we could just look into that and see how much we're talking about and how we could possibly fund
Sure.
it. Okay?
Yeah.
That's it for me.
Adam. You have anything tonight?
No, not tonight.
I just have one thing, and I've said this before, this is nothing new. I get upset with the media because they tend to think that sensationalism is more important than other things that I think are important. For instance, our last public session, we had 3 young gentlemen here for an Eagles badge, and they were very excited that we paid attention to them, that we let them come up and talk, and as council, we really invited them to come back again. Did we see anything in the paper concerning that? No, we did not. However, we constantly see pictures of people that always want to cause an issue. And I have an issue with the media doing that when we have much more important things within the city. We want to make kids feel welcome. We want to make the students think that when they do good things, they're provided for, and yet no one in the media tends to do that. And I am very upset with the fact that there are people in this community who have nothing good to offer to this community, yet they get their names constantly put in the paper. That's it for me. Scott Spinucci, please.
Okay.
Your name and address for the record, please.
Scott Spinucci, 139 South Washington Street.
Go ahead.
As a service to the community, I'd like to announce tonight that this will be the first of a series of council meetings to be broadcast on the internet via YouTube. Anyone could find the video at WilkesBarreTV, all one word, no hyphen. So the URL will be www.youtube.com/ WilkesBarreTV. Again, no hype. Moving on to another subject, if there aren't any questions about this. This will be a free service, by the way. Moving on to the River Common resolution that I proposed. I'd like to bring up a couple points of information. First question, and I don't know if anyone will answer this here. It's come to my knowledge via the newspapers that the first jazz festival was recognized by the city. There's a plaque on Public Square. It was inaccurate, actually. It's not the first jazz festival in America. So I have the facts here. I'll glad to give it to you. Moving on to the River Common, how it relates. What I've given you before are facts, okay? What I want you to do is to make a judgment based on those facts, okay? So what I'm asking you to do is pass a resolution based on those facts. And the most important fact that came up very early on in the research that I've been sort of saving for a while, and I'll provide you with more information as I apply for a historical marker. The fact is that in 1827, General William Ross, Ross Street is named after him, came to a council meeting, probably a lot like this without the cameras, of course, but he fought for saving the River Common. The canal system was supposed to go through the River Common. He said that was impossible because it was against the law. There were a lot of folks, rich and powerful, who controlled things back then. It sounds very familiar to me today. But they wanted to, to roll through and use the common as a place of their business, which was against the law. Okay, so you had a lot of people that were coming in, including Matthias Hollenbach, who was the wealthiest landowner at the time, had warehouses and so forth located on the common. Yet legislation prohibited that. Okay, it also prohibited one group from controlling the River Common. And actually that's happening today. What is happening today is that there is one group that controls the River Common. It's some innocuous group with some innocuous name that no one seems to know whether they're nonprofit or not. Okay? This group is controlling all the activity on the River Common. It's illegal. I want you to find that statute, and I'd like to take appropriate action, have the council take appropriate action. Okay? So there's two things. I'd love the River Common resolution to be passed. What I'm asking the council to do is provide any information contrary to what I have offered. Okay, there's been a lot of sort of he said, she said crap, in that I've heard that there is an historical advisor, someone in Harrisburg, yet no information has been given to me. I've shared all the information I can with you. This is something very positive for the city of Wilkes-Barre. It's something that's very true. Going back to William Ross in 1827, it is believed that is when, believed by Larry Newman, that is when the park took on more of a role of absolute park nature. Okay, so green space used for recreational activity. That's 3 years prior than the Boston Common. Okay, I'm not the only one that finds fault with the Boston Common claim that they are America's first park. In fact, there's 4 other parks, and that's including the information I've given you, that claim to be America's first park. We have America's first park. It is clear, okay? I just want you to pass this based on the information, not politics, because politics has come into play here, and it's unfair for the people of Wilkes-Barre. That's my testimony. Thank you.
Any questions? Anyone? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, information.
Thank you.
Here's the press release.
Would you like to please sign the copies for everyone? Robert Pavlovsky, please. Name and address for the record.
41 New Frederick Street, Bob Kowalski. I did say about jobs, but also I'd like to say something to Mr. Thomas and Mr. Vinsto. At the last meeting, I pointed out a few things that have been going on with the towing contract. I guess Mr. Vinsto was the one who drew the contract up. Now, Mr. Thomas, Mr. Vinsto, are you totally aware of what's going on, how citizens are being charged how much they're paying for storage. After Mayor Layton told everybody it's not gonna cost nobody nothing more. Mr. Thomas, 2 weeks ago, when I came to the last meeting, a day or two before, a gentleman was in an accident, routine accident, Blackman South Main Street, towed it from there to Lag, $500. $500, $50, $60 a day for storage. You're the guy who wrote it, the contract up, allowing this to come on. I just want to get it on record, so you know, and you know. And I warned you years ago that this thing was a scam. It's a rip-off on the insurance companies, and it's a rip-off on the poor person who gets their car towed. And it's not LAG, it's not Leo Galazic, it's you were the one who wrote the contract, and the mayor gave it to him. And these people are being robbed. And that's my opinion. They're being robbed. And you were warned, as the city attorney, what would happen. And nobody so far has did anything to stop us. It's robbery. And that's all it is. And there's been many complaints. Mrs. Kane knew about it when I told her to talk to her at the donut shop. Nothing was done about it. Mr. Barrett told him multiple times, and nothing was done. I'm just bringing it to your attention. Now, Mrs. Kane, I want to ask you a question. I want to know, did you use your position as a city councilwoman or your husband, Magistrate Martin L. Kane? How did, pardon?
Martin Parr.
Martin R., I'm sorry. How did your son get a job with the Department of Revenue?
That has nothing to do with city business.
Yes, it does. You're a city official because the last time you got a job was through Judge Conahan.
We'll let him finish and then we'll discuss this. That's
Right.
all
What I want to know,
Go ahead.
how did your son get the job? Because I wrote to Eddie Day Pashinsky and asked him, and I got a letter back, and it said it doesn't fall under the right to know that. Now, did you or your husband talk to Eddie Day Pashinsky or anyone on your behalf to help your son get the job at the Department of Revenue in Harrisburg? Because and even you, Bill, you just wonder why there's no jobs. You've got the jobs. You control them. You down at the college, you're collecting your retirement of what, $42,000 a year? Plus now you're down here knocking off.
Excuse me, this is enough.
No, it's not. This is my freedom of speech.
Mr. Kavalowski, this is not city business.
Yes, it is.
No, and you know what?
I'm trying to make my point.
If you want to,
This guy is getting $87,237 a
You're
year.
out of here.
You're violating my rights of
You
free
are
speech.
out.
You're nothing more than a gangsterette. That's what you
Mr.
are.
Kavalowski, this is enough.
No, it's not.
If you want to ask questions, if you want to state something to this council.
I do.
But we give you the courtesy of speaking and
Well, this
dancing
is how-
around like a fool every time.
That's right.
I'm asking you.
I'm not a fool.
I'm
You're the
asking
fool.
you-
You're the one who gave the contract out. You're nothing but a goofy, stupid lawyer. Look at the poor people. Look at the poor people. Look at the problems there have been. The police lieutenant.
Okay.
Mr.
If you would
I'm
like
being
to.
thrown out again?
You're
Yes,
not
you
being,
are.
wait,
No,
you're
I'm
not.
sorry, we're not throwing you out. Go
No,
ahead.
am I thrown out or not? Because you're nothing more than an idiot, imbecile lawyer.
Okay.
That's all you
Motion to
are.
adjourn?
Why can't I
We're
talk?
out of here.
Thank you.
Thank
Why?
you.
It's the truth.
Thank you. Good night.
Bill, enjoy your law license, because guess what? One day, the FBI connection up there is going to come unglued. You're nothing but an idiot lawyer. Hey, I have my right. I'm leaving. Are you escorting me out? Am I being thrown out? Right, well, I don't want to leave yet. You're nothing but a bunch of corrupt politicians, except you, Rick. At least you tried. And Bill, enjoy your $87,237 a year.